Look at the size of those nails. If a zombie apocalypse, we'll be ready. Bam! These things are giant. So this was the top piece. That was up there.
The one that you had to helicopter out?
Well, that was another piece on top. The screw was stripped out, so I had to like helicopter that off to get it out because the screw was stripped out.
Those are sharp, wicked looking nails.
But that was on last week's video. If you didn't see last week's video, then well, you're behind. You have no idea what I'm doing and why.
I feel that every day.
Well, we're gonna have to trust the process on this one because there ain't no turning back now.
Greetings from Fairfield. We are Richard and Kendra, and we are restoring this cool old Victorian house. We found this old Queen Anne for sale on the internet and decided to buy it. So we moved from the West Coast to the cornfields of Iowa. So join us as we explore and restore this 1896 Victorian mansion.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to finish up here in the bathroom. Well, not really finish up, but at least pick up from where we left off last week, because we need to get all this tile off of this wall so we pull this down, because we need to save all this. So we're going to carefully remove each one of these bricks one by one and get this down, get this tub pulled out so we can see what we're working with. But the one thing we kind of forgot to show last week is on this backside of this wall is a access panel, and I need a screwdriver. There we go. And behind this access panel, there we go. All right, plumbing access. So I'm pretty corroded. We'll get that cleaned up. Yeah, we got a pretty big gap on the down on that floor there. Might be kind of hard to see and show, but that's what we're working with. So we're gonna have to get that water shut off and put some valves, shut off valves on there or something till we're ready. Like 1/2 inch copper pipe there. Almost looks like a 3/4 inch or 1 inch cap there. But anyway, that's what we're working with. You can see a little bit of the tile back there. There's some of it, but and I've already got the overflow loosened, and we gotta bust that drain apart. This should come off pretty easy. That's nailed up there. That was before they even started using sheetrock screws. That's old school right there. The real test come. Here's our first full tile piece. Let's see how hard it's going to be. Because the ones on top might have just not had as much cement on them. I don't want to break any of these. Oh yeah! Look at that. Yeah. One down. About 1,000 more to go. Yeah, I got some mold there too. Wallboard. And there's some old newspaper here too, which is weird. Why would there be old newspaper on that? Anyway, I'll clean that up separately. That is newspaper. What in the world? Can we? That'd be awesome to find a date on here. St. Louis Post. What in the world is a newspaper from St. Louis doing here? That's weird. It was under the floor. Like, so all of this would have been on top of it. That's really strange. Super weird. Super weird. Progress. Messy progress. Got it all up. These are all solid. Didn't break that bucket. These were half pieces. Those are pieces that were all weirdly glued together. So it's like one piece. Some of them were already pre-cracked. So we got cracked ones up here that were coming off in pieces. So we'll either use those for inconspicuous areas behind the tub, or if we need like a half a block or something. But I'd say a good 90%. Pretty good. Put that sheetrock down. That wall's just getting looser and looser. Looser and looser. Loosey goosey. Alright. Ta-da. Last piece. Cross figures. Kind of before they started using Phillips head screws. I didn't have a bit handy. But wait till there's a reason why this wall was always a little on the shaky side. Now it probably had more support when they had the glass doors in here, right? But this, once that started to come down, when they removed those glass doors back in the 2000s, this is only anchored to the wall with these tiny screws. There are 3 of them. They're not even the right kind of screws. They're not set into a stud. And eventually I'll get it out, because wait till you see the size of this thing. Oh, tile.
Is that the original 9-inch nail?
Ta-da! It's a fine thread. It's a machine screw. You don't put that into plaster and unless they have anchors in there. I guess let's find out. Did they put anchors in there? Well, there's the rest of our busted up tile. Ta-da! Yeah, they did put anchors in there. No, did they? Yep. All right, so they put T-nuts in the wall there, but they're broken out, or they just fell in. There you go. All right. Well, yeah, that would have been kind of cool if he would have wrote his name there. Why leave this piece of wallpaper on here? Or it's like a fiber board. So the bathroom was coated in this weird fiber. Why leave that up there? Now put your name on there. All right, well, so the person that did this is a mystery. But anyway, there's all your busted plaster. The tile sitting on top of the lath. I know what this is.
What is it?
So this is some kind of, it's like a fiber board that would have been up. That's paint. That's paint. See it cracking? Probably lead, so probably should test that. The reason why I know that that's paint, well, besides it scrapes off, it cracks. This is the same color. This is something not too many people know. See if I can get back over here. Likely before the marble sink was put in, and we're talking before the house gets running water. So pre-1900, there's a wall box inside this wall in here. This was hollow, and there's a box on the other side for like built-in, at least one built-in medicine cabinet or something. And it's painted that same color inside. The whole box is still intact. We put our phone up there and took a picture of it. But that's what this is. This whole bathroom was lined in this, and they painted it. This weird beige color. We've found this in other places too. And the door, the woodwork was painted in here. You can see it here. Is that painted the same color? Now inside. Come inside and look at the transom. There's paint up in here. And that matches that.
Oh, it does.
So all the woodwork in here originally pre-1964. So we're talking, you know, I don't know if that's 1896. It's like a weird fabric. If you look at that backside, get in real close. The backside is like a fabric.
Almost like a canvas.
It's almost like canvas. Very similar to the stuff that we find on the ceiling. Had this same kind of almost canvas-like material, and it was painted. The ceilings were painted. That's why the ceilings are cracking like that. You get too much paint on there, and then they just start to crack. That's what that is. Speaking of the walls, we have another project. We're gonna finish a project. See if I can actually get to that. Because I did a test. Before we started any of this, we have not shown that. It's buried back here. Let me see if I can get it. We're gonna finish a project that previous owners never got to before they sold the house. But they bought wallpaper for in here that I really kind of like. And so we are gonna finish that project for them. Check this out. So they bought, I think we have like 10 rolls of this stuff.
Yeah, the embossed stuff.
The embossed stuff. Got a nice texture, it's nice. It's like a cloth fabric. Pre-pasted stuff. And I did that like over a year ago. And that thing is holding up pretty well.
So maybe that was 3 years ago.
Ta-da! So this is one of the pieces of sheetrock that went up and around the surround. That's gonna look fantastic in here.
That is. Good job.
Yeah, so that blue matches our blue tile, more or less. Might be a little dark. So we will take these tiles down and have that blue matched. And we'll paint, well, actually no, we'll put the wallpaper up. This is paintable wallpaper. So you paint this, put this up, and then you paint that instead of painting your plaster. That way you don't have to worry about the plaster cracking. It's really uneven in here.
Well, that's why you can.
They did a lot of patchwork in here before.
So did you?
So did I. Yeah, well that had to be done. That was all tore up. But
all this.
all the little stuff.
All that's him. That's you.
Yep. Dude, cracking all over the place. But that's gonna hold that plaster together. Then you paint that.
Do we have to put the other?
The wall liner?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's
It
really
could.
thick.
Yeah. Probably wouldn't hurt. Probably wouldn't hurt. It would help. It would definitely help even out these walls. Because there's a crack up there. I bet you they had a high tank there. I bet you. Yeah, because you can see an outline there.
Did you say high tank?
I did say a high tank. Now the question is, do we get a wood high tank or do we get a porcelain high tank? Because That's what they would have had here. Well, we know they had that here because the water boy that would come here in 1896, it would pump water to the 3rd floor. There was a reservoir tank right above us, and that would feed the gravity-fed toilet right here. Because that access is right above us of where that tank was. So there you go. So high tank, clawfoot, new wallpaper. This place is going to look fantastic. In the meantime, it looks like this. Hey, look, it's snowing. Why is it every time I'm working in the bathroom, it's like snowing? Like every year, I come in here and do one more step, and it's always in the middle of winter. It's too bad they busted that one.
Yeah. Too bad we can't do a little spin.
Little spin?
A twirl.
Little twirl?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why would I
So
do
much
that?
room!
Oh, there is a lot of room in here. It looks better though, right? Are you recording now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Got a lot more room. You can twirl.
Oh, God.
See, now that looks better, right?
Even though it's all busted up, it still looks better.
I'm curious if they rerouted that water line, where that original drain's going to be. Still can't see all the floor over there, but how much they busted this up. So that's going to be our next test. Did that clawfoot tub, did that water come out of here? And the tub came out this way?
Or did it go the other way?
Or did it come here?
I don't know. Which one would you prefer?
I don't know. We'll have to measure. You know, we never did measure it. Well, we measured the back clawfoot tub that we got from his cottage at Lake Okoboji, and it was too big to fit with this wall here. So not only did that wall have to come down to get this tub out, that wall had to come out in order to fit his tub in, because it would not have fit. And well, you know, when you're presented with an original, you know, piece of history that has a tie to the house, that also tied to the original owner, yeah, kind of hard to say no. So that's where we're at. So let's get this mess cleaned up, find out what's underneath. All right, next, see if we can get this drain disconnected. And so, unfortunately, I bought a drain plug removal tool, and I broke it. It actually doesn't even fit this one, so it don't even fit this drain. That broke cheap. Should have read the reviews on Amazon first, but broke it on the doing the install of the other clawfoot tub. I did end up getting it off of there with that and was able to put it on, but that one is not going to work here. So we're going to try a YouTube hack and see if we can't get pliers in on that and see if we can turn that, because I don't know how else to pull this out, because none of the drain tool removal plugs that I found online had a 2 It ain't working so far. All right, plan B. Did this on the other clawfoot tub, chopped out quite a bit, and that was heat up the drain, so to loosen up any old plumber's putty or silicone or whatever they use to glue this into place. Because I don't know exactly how old this tub is, but some of the viewers said it might be 1950s cast iron, but the dates of the wall would, I mean, unless they had another wall there, be post 1964, so sometime between 1964, 1970 maybe. I do believe it's cast iron, maybe a porcelain coating. So this has been on here a while. I don't think they've ever changed it. I think this drain is what it's always been. It's warm. Get a bigger wrench on there. Come on now.
Plan C?
Plan C?
Yeah.
Sledgehammer?
I don't want a sledgehammer. I thought Plan D was sledgehammer. You said Plan D was sledgehammer for demolish, decimate, destroy.
Yeah, well, Plan B. So, ran into a little problem. The drain was not loosening up or freeing, and it broke the thing. And so I went to disconnect the other half of the drain, and well, we had to get this out of the way. The water lines are stuck there, and the pipe broke off.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't put that much pressure on it, so, you know, that was probably inevitable. At some point would have broke, so. And then that drain pipe fell through. We'll have to show where that plumbing access is there, because Kidder was downstairs working in the kitchen and she heard a big bang. So I will go down and show you that what happened there. But anyway, got the drain disconnected. But yeah, that
Not quite the way you expected.
not quite the way I wanted it to. And so, you know,
So we're only on Plan C right now.
always something. I don't know if you can see down in there. Always something. We should have enough room to pull this out now.
Yeah, because we only needed, what, an inch?
Yeah, we only have to pull it out about an inch. So let's pull this out of here and see. See if we're gonna be able to pull it out. Let's hope the rest of the tile from about that drain forward is all there. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Positive thinking. The power of positive thinking. shout hooray, do-do-do-do, I found
found a horseshoe, I couldn't go wrong. And then a horseshoe happened along. Oh boy, I'm lucky, I'll say I'm lucky. This is my lucky day.
You want me to do anything? Other than ladies and gentlemen, the strong man, that is my husband.
Me strong like bull.
Yes.
Okay, I got some good news.
What's the good news?
Oh, now I can get this off. Oh my gosh.
Now it's off.
Now it's off. Well, the bottom of this, that one didn't turn.
Oh. So you got the bottom off. Yay!
Yeah, you want to know when this tub was done?
Yes.
So this tub, right there, I forget what this means. That clock means something. 5 foot. 6/24, 1964. Dun dun dun. Alrighty. Now for the big question. What that floor looks like underneath. See if we can flip this around. Ta-da! Not too bad. Not too bad. Cleaned up pretty good. Alright, well, I have no idea why they removed so much of the tile here, considering that tub would have covered all of that. So, don't quite understand this. Meet about 54 tiles here. It's about an 18 by 36 inch length there. I think we have that. I think we have that. You know, we were asked last week's video if we were going to be keeping this tile. And, well, he must be new here because, you know, our job is to basically restore as much of the original parts and features of the house as we can. I mean, we're not here to just rip up the floor and put down new tile from Home Depot. And so we actually have a crate. I think we should have enough of this to replace this, make way for our clawfoot tub. It's pretty uneven. Like this is 3 inches thick of concrete on top. So we don't have to worry about this happening. So for those wondering whether or not this floor and this was original, yeah, it's original. That was a lot of work just to get. The reason why this came out so far is because that drain on that low tub had to sit pretty far back. And so that's why they busted all this up. I'm not sure what we're gonna do about this. We're gonna fill that in with something. All the piping just needs to go down here. So we wanna bring this up to at least here. So we'll board this up. Maybe we'll just fill that up with some concrete or something there. Maybe get some thin set or something to smooth all this out. And hopefully we can still have a level tile there. But they probably just tore all that up. But luckily there's enough of that original left that we should be able to fix that. That should not be a problem. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those. I know we got enough of that. So we'll have to take some measurements and stuff for the rest of this. See if we have enough of that subway tile versus what we have in the carriage house and what we took off that wall. But, you know, looks like we got our work cut out for us. And the DeRenovation continues. Why don't we pop down to the butler's pantry and I'll show you where all this plumbing ended up coming down to the first floor. All right, well, Down here in the butler's pantry, we're directly below the bathroom and where that bathtub would be. And so all that plumbing that came down on the other side of that floor joist comes down through this box. I never actually opened this box, but that's where it goes anyway. But the strangest thing that I never quite understood, and after we got that out, we could kind of see, have no idea why, but we got this huge box that runs the entire length of the butler's pantry. And looking down through the hole, there's a bucket right there for some reason. And we got some screws here. So that was made to open up. But when that pipe broke and part of that fell down, it fell down and hit along with some other debris into this box and, scared Miss Kinder while she was doing dishes. And so I never understood why we have so much blocked in like that. If the plumbing's all over here, that doesn't make any sense because they could have just done what they did over on this side of the butler's pantry and just angled it down the wall. But instead, we have this huge box here. And so we're gonna have to open this up and clear all this out because there's a ton of debris and stuff up there. We got paint flaking off back here. And I don't know if that's ever been opened, or I don't know the last time it has been opened. We might, I've always been curious because we might even be able to see the wallpaper in there, what the original wallpaper was before 1964, because this was likely done at the time they did that tub in 1964 to get up into the floor maybe? I don't know. We're gonna have to bust that open and see what's up there. I mean, it might just end up being like Al Capone's vault, but I think that's what we're going to be doing next.
Sounds like another project.